So today I want to talk about a couple of sites that are under attack. That would be Telegram and Snapchat. Snapchat from Snap Incorporated has long been, like Telegram, a platform where people who um, want to share private moments that are not being investigated constantly by police can go. Of course, uh, law enforcement has decided that they will go after these platforms, and for one very good reason, and negligence for another bad reason. So, first, the good reason. You may remember that a couple of days ago, actually about a week ago now, I think, Pavel Durov, I think is his name, who is the founder of Telegram, the billionaire founder who likes to show off his body and et cetera, apparently is more concerned about working out regularly than he is policing his own platform, because on his platform, apparently, are a lot of the illicit activities that the New Mexico Attorney General suing Snapchat is also alleging, and that is child sexual abuse materials, exploitation materials, sharing videos, um, other illicit content, selling drugs, probably fentanyl as well in there. Anything illegal, white collar crime, Bitcoin, I would venture guess is on there, although I don't remember reading that in the Durov piece. But the fact of the matter is, they're finally cracking down on the simple fact that these platforms are not policing themselves properly. They're not providing minimal guidance. They're breaking the law. And more importantly, they are not defending their own on the site, protecting subscribers on there, protecting children, particularly who are being trafficked on there. And they're allowing themselves to be a very loose conduit for all sorts of activities that really endanger people's lives. And I don't think anybody's in favor of that. Durov is up on charges in France, where he is being imprisoned at the moment, I think. And Snapchat here in yesterday's article, this one comes from Yahoo News. I think it came out maybe first in Washington Post. But here it says New Mexico's Attorney General has filed the lawsuit against Snapchat. 164-page complaint argues that it's a violation of the state's Unfair Practices Act. Very often, state law can be an easier hit on these platforms than federal law, because you have the Computer Decency Act, Section 230, I think it is, of that, which currently does not allow, unless it's been changed, I know they've been talking about it, currently does not allow for you to go after, using federal law, these platforms for doing essentially the same thing. An undercover investigation revealed that Snapchat's harmful design features create an environment where predators can easily target children through sextortion schemes and other forms of sexual abuse. Snap has misled users into believing that photos and videos sent to their platform will disappear, but predators can permanently capture this content, and they have created a virtual yearbook of child sexual images that are traded, sold, and stored indefinitely. That brings up some interesting points. Number one, Snapchat is not protecting its users on the platform as it claims. It's not providing the service it claims, which is a certain degree of anonymity. It's a good thing in one way, because they're able to capture people like this. Interestingly enough, Ghost CC unit apparently used this against me. They claimed that they were going to capture all these images. Law enforcement did. I'm not sure they ever contacted Ghost CC unit, because when they went to go after these images from my non-existent Snapchat account, there wasn't anything there. So that's very, very interesting. I know the state patrolman was very angry. He writes in a note at the bottom, he says, total waste of time. Well, apparently it's not totally a waste of time in New Mexico. So they have figured out that this can in fact be stored, and perhaps their undercover people did just that. Over in Telegram, you have the same sorts of things going on. But again, what's missing here is the fact that they're also using this platform to steal data from you, to compromise your security, to allow you to be put, if you're a regular adult subscriber, in the path of stuff like this. And remember, if you get sexually explicit materials, even accidentally, you're on the hook. There's no way off of this. You are on the hook, okay? Distribution they'll get you for, and receipt, okay? Uh, Perhaps production as well, okay? So the fact of the matter is, I don't claim to be an expert on these issues. I'm sort of a generalist with this, but still, it's astonishing and frightening. While at the same time we want to keep children safe and we want to curb illicit activities of all sorts at the same time, or harmful activities of any stripe at the same time, they're also doing nothing and had no interest in protecting subscribers from all sorts of content along the way, including the abuse of the Fourth Amendment by government agents, otherwise known as police. Okay? So I just want to point that out. It's very, very interesting how they're approaching this. I don't know if they're going to get to it. But, again, there's an opportunity for police here to do the right thing. Revealed within that is a, quote, a vast network of dark websites dedicated to sharing stolen, non-consensual sexual images from Snapchat, which brings up another point, though, too. How do we know that there's abuse going on in some of this stuff? Well, we have to take the word of Phaedra Haywood here of the Santa Fe New Mexican, which is, I guess, a publication there that Yahoo News picked up, that it was abuse. And of course, she's getting her information from the police. And very often what we find is that maybe abuse is not the right word for it. Remember, we have evidence that ICAC has been, when they capture adult male husbands, for example, on a social media site, and they go to their home to do an investigation. If they find there are children in the home, they take the children and claim that these children are being trafficked. Of course, they don't have any evidence. It's pure supposition. There's a married man who's carrying on a secret affair somewhere along the way, but the children get roped in as a statistic of being saved, okay? Because ICAC created a crime around the individuals. And I'll be doing a segment here within the next day or two on a very interesting article written by a philosophy professor about entrapment. And he captures both the legal and the philosophical underpinnings of which Citizens Against Government Entrapment, our organization here in Virginia, HEAL, and some of the other organizations have been pressing to be removed, to be added really to the various platforms who are arguing in favor of getting entrapment into courts seriously, so that they take it seriously and so that they're willing to do something in these cases, because almost all the cases are being thrown out on entrapment grounds if it has to do with sex. The courts, contrary to what I've been told by certain people who comment, the courts almost universally have been ignoring entrapment cases. So I'm going to do something on entrapment and how this article by this scholar should perhaps be appended to various court documents. This is the suggestion not of me, but of somebody in our group. I'll just call him D, and it's worth looking at, and I'll be covering that in the days ahead. Thank you.